Hey, today I want to talk about some of the top mistakes that most people make with their financial planning. Financial mistakes that I've seen that most people make. And the first one is not having enough insurance, not having the right types of insurance, and not having the correct amounts of coverages that they should have on insurance. That's the first mistake, because insurance protection is like the foundation that when a bad event happens, we want to be protected and we don't want it to send us down financially. So that's mistake number one, is insurance. Second mistake people make is credit cards. Okay? They borrow money on a credit card. If you borrow money on a credit card, you should be paying it off 100% entirely when the statement comes. If you don't pay it off entirely, now you owe interest. And now that debt starts to grow. And that debt grows so fast that it gets out of control. Credit cards are a big mistake that a lot of people make. If we don't have the money to buy an item cash, then we should not buy it yet. We have to save up for it. Don't put it on a credit card and get yourself in debt that grows like a fire and you're never going to pay it off and you got big problems. So credit cards is the second problem. Third problem is that people don't have enough money in savings and liquid available investments. They don't save enough. So when an emergency happens, if you don't have savings, what are you going to do? You're going to put it on the credit card, and you're back to the problem that I just spoke about. We need to have savings. We need to save money. We need to put it in things that we have access to. And then some people will save toward retirement, which is great. But how much money do you have in investment accounts that you can access before the age of 59 and a half? Big problem. The fourth problem that I see is people not investing. There are some people who have savings, but they're so afraid of investments because they don't understand how the investments work. And so they develop this fear and they never invest and they keep everything in savings. Well, it's good to have savings, but if a savings account is paying less than 1/4% interest per year, that's problematic, because prices, I just saw that price inflation went up by like 6% recently. If I'm earning less than 1% on my money and prices are going up by 6% or even just 2%, I got a problem. So not investing is problem number four that I see that is very common. Problem number five that I've seen that a lot of people mistake that they've made is fear. It is absolutely amazing to me the role that fear has in so many people's lives. And that fear causes people to not invest. That fear causes people to pull money out when the investments go down temporarily. I mean, the stock market went down in March of 2020 due to the COVID recession. Billions of dollars was pulled out of the stock market because of fear, because people were afraid. So the market goes down, they pull their money out. Guess what, folks? The market went right back up. You just locked in a loss because it went down. You locked in that loss and you weren't in it when it recovered. Fear is huge. Fear also causes people to pay extra on their mortgage. Oh God, I'm afraid of having a mortgage. You need to be afraid of having credit cards. People aren't afraid of the credit cards, but they're afraid of the mortgage, and they got to pay extra on the mortgage. Well, what are you saving yourself in terms of interest? What are mortgage rates today? 3%, 4%, maybe your mortgage is at 5%, but you're paying extra because you're afraid of that mortgage. You could be investing that money and maybe earning more than 3, 4, 5% on it. Fear is the fifth and final major common mistake that I see people making. You know what? I didn't write it down on my notes. I got notes in front of me. But mistake number 6, not consulting a professional financial advisor. So many people go through life and they just they show up to retirement age by accident. They sign up, they go to work. The person says, hey, do you want to sign up for this 401k? Well, I guess I'll put a little bit of money into it. They never seek out a professional. So when people don't use professionals, they don't save enough. There's a lot of things they aren't aware of. They don't make the best decisions, and they often under accumulate. So the sixth major mistake that I see people making is not using professionals. Hope this has been helpful. Don't let this be you. Use this as a learning opportunity and contact the right professional for help.